Line drive to right.
Takes a three.
Touchdown 49ers.
Hurry!
Now on the Fitz and Brooks show, we got one 6'8" guy that can't play and one 6'8" guy that can really play.
Guess who is who?
KD, Kevin Durant, joins us on the Fitz and Brooks show. You told me you were nervous before the press conference. You handled it good.
Yeah, man. I was nervous. I don't know why. I've been in a million of those, but yeah, it was like I said, it's a new challenge for me, a new city, new team, new coach, everything. So it was I didn't know what to expect out there.
You know what came across nice is that you used the word authentic a lot. This was a tough decision. This was something for me and my family. This was something I left friendships, is that it was authentic. Your answers were authentic. It wasn't the corporate, well, my brand's got to change and this and that. It was Kevin, the real person, and I could feel that a little bit. I think that the people in the audience did as well.
Well, I'm a person. I'm not just a basketball player, and I have, I think about different things. Emotionally, I just wanted to portray, how I felt. I just want to be as real as I can. You like it or not, love it or not, but just wanted to be as real as I can, man. And I just told everybody how I felt.
Just talked about that a few minutes ago. That people forget because they see athletes on television doing crazy things and they look at the money, they can't comprehend it. We're still talking about human beings. Mm-hmm. And I could see, and everybody could hear that you were genuinely impressed that those guys came through that door to talk to you about being on this team.
Yeah, I mean, it was a shock. It was kind of refreshing to see people that successful, be that down to earth and cool and real. And look, it just felt like everybody here just looks at the big picture of things, of life. We got a short window when we look at our life to play basketball, and they all just want to have fun every single day. And I felt that energy, and I just wanted to be a part of it.
How about the energy of the Bay? Oakland, San Francisco, San Jose, Silicon Valley, the North Bay, the wine country. I know you like that.
Oh, man, I'm excited to explore every part of the Bay, man, and it's been one of my favorite cities in the league for a while, and to now live here, just looking forward to meeting new people and experiencing new things.
That is Kevin Durant, Rod Brooks, Bob Fitzgerald with you on the Fitz and Brooks show. Let's get into investigative journalism here, because I heard in this meeting when they all came to talk to you that the phrase open shots was mentioned quite a bit, right?
Yeah, I mean, just look who's on the court. You got three shooters. Obviously, I'm not as great a shooter as those guys, but I play my game a little different. I like to work the mid-range. I like to, go in the post, and I like to shoot threes occasionally. So you can't leave those two. They're just dead-eye shooters, and I just picture myself in that offense and how I can work and how I can help.
I was talking to you about the 8 rebounds a game. The big or wing that gets a rebound with the Warriors has free reign.
Yeah.
We called the Draymond Express. I mean, it's leaving the station. For you grabbing a rebound and starting a break with Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, Andre Iguodala. I mean, from someone who knows the game as you do and as a student of the game, this has that electricity that people are really anxious to see.
Yeah, I told you. I mean, a shot goes up. Draymond might not like me early on because I'm going to steal a few rebounds. Just to get out on that break. I feel like I excel in transition, and I try to make the right play as well. So you got guys, 2 shooters running the corners, and Draymond trailing as well, who can shoot, and Iggy running the lane, and I don't know if he likes to be called Iggy, but
no, we got to get to that.
Yeah.
In terms of nicknames. Durantula? Yeah, your name.
No.
Okay, get that out. I knew that.
Just call me KD or Kevin.
And the Slim Reaper? No. All right, so it's just KD.
Yeah.
I don't want to screw up on the telecast, man. I mean, that's I gotta get that right.
Whatever you feel at the time, man.
Defense. The way you played in these just completed West Finals showed me something. Your ability to defend at the rim and your ability to switch out. That was on display, and Steve Kerr talked about that. I don't think he made a point to talk about it, but he mentioned you as a basketball player, not just as a scorer. Do you think people slept on your defense?
Yeah, when you're a scorer, that's all. I mean, when you get labeled as something coming into the league, no matter how good how much you've improved and things you do differently, you're always going to be labeled as that. So I know what I can do. I'm not a liability. Nobody picks on me on the defensive end. In fact, throughout that series, they were trying to they were trying to take me out of pick and roll so I wouldn't switch. So I felt that I had some respect, and it's been like that for a few years now. And my game is expanding. I got a long ways to go to get to where I want to be. But every single day, I just got to put in the work.
You talked about all the different conversations with Warrior players and the text messages and things even after you announced that you're going to be a Warrior. Have you apologized to Sean Livingston for doing him dirty at the rim like that? I mean, 6'7", he goes to put one down, and you're up top sending it away. I mean, man, live. That was like the play of that series.
Yeah, I played with S-Dot for a couple of months. He was in OKC for a couple of months, and he's quick off his feet, man. And I knew for sure that I was going to get dunked on, but at that point, when you playing, I just wanted to play as hard as I can. I don't care about being embarrassed or anything. So I tried it. I went up there and got it, and I guess that's just the that's just the story of my life, going out there and trying things, not knowing what the outcome is going to be, and most of the time it's been great. So I guess that play is just how you define, this situation, I guess.
The legend for you, and I know even on the Olympic team in London, the hours of shooting. I mean, you shoot the mid-range like breathing. I mean, it's just unbelievable. How crazy is that shooting regimen for you? Because I've heard even, Thunder people like, we got to lock the gym. He's got to get 24-hour access. That you'll just go get up shots just all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I love basketball. I'm going to be playing basketball until I can't anymore, no matter if I'm in the NBA or not. And I love going out on the court, man, and just putting shots up. So mid-range is something you have to work on. I think that's the hardest shot. And just watching this team, Sean Livingston is one of the best mid-range shooters in the league. And so I knew I could come in here and fit. If he's shooting those mid-range shots, I feel like I can go out there and help him and be another guy that can help him. So, I feel like this team has all areas covered, from the paint to the mid-range to the three. And I think that's just going to make us dangerous.
You've had some of your best games against the Warriors. We talked about it. I mean, 54, your career high against the Warriors. That was at OKC. But the 30 in the first, you might have been on to 60 that night here at Oracle. OKC, phenomenal home court, but playing in Oracle and playing in these playoff series and feeling that crowd. Iguodala was with Denver and lost in a playoff series and then came to the Warriors. It's a similar type of, and Andre always talked about what the crowd meant. What's it like coming into Oracle as a visiting opponent, and now that you're going to be one of the guys?
It's suffocating. Man. You don't hear anything. You don't. It's hard to call a play. It's hard to communicate with your teammates and the coaches. And I felt when you walked in, game 7, the minute that the ball was tipped, nobody sat down. So I seen that as a opposing player. In OKC, it was just that way. It's the same, exact same. Those fans there, just made me think about the game differently. It should be cheered like that. That's how much I love the game, and I appreciate it. Every single fan that came to watch us play in OKC, because I know they genuinely love the game, and I feel the same way about these fans here in the Bay Area.
We love basketball, but we love college football too. How you Longhorns going to do this year?
Oh, we're going to be an exceptional team.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to it.
Exceptional, you start against Notre Dame. You start against my squad.
Yeah, we're looking up, man.
Yeah,
so.
but I mean, we do wager every once in a while. I don't know if you got a new deal or you could talk about it.
I might could join that. I might could join that one time.
Make it light on yourself.
you mentioned it, and it was a big press conference, so I stayed away from it. But you mentioned fitting in on a team and where your voice would fit. And if you needed it, be vocal or not vocal. Draymond handles a lot of the vocal. I don't know if you know that.
I heard.
You heard? Yeah, literally.
but what is your leadership style? What is, and where when you assess a team, I know personalities are different, but do you like to get on guys, or do you lead by example? Or, I mean, how do you feel with that?
Yeah, we throw that word leader out a lot, and that term leader out a lot, and when you're talking about basketball players, and we look at it as just one way. Like you have to see you being a leader in order for you to be one nowadays. But when you look at the game, just your play and your presence can affect your teammates and elevate their level of play, and I think that's leadership, because you got to put the work in for them to respect you. You got to put the time in for them to follow you. And it's not about what you say all the time. Sometimes it has to be, and some guys lead that way. But me, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to work as hard as I can. I'm going to listen. Guys want to get on me about anything. I listen, and we're gonna have conversations. It's not about you're right, you're wrong, I'm right. It's just about trying to get together and make this thing work. And that's leadership, in my opinion. Putting your ego to the side, putting your pride to the side, and try to do what's best for the team. And that's how I approach the game of basketball. If that's called leadership, if that's called anything else, it is what it is. But I know how I approach the game, and I think it's elevated whoever I've played with throughout my 9 years in the league.
Well, having Clay and having Draymond and you on that Olympic team, that's bad news for the rest of the world.
Oh, man. It is bad news.
Kevin, thanks so much for coming by.
Appreciate it, guys.
I cannot wait. I mean, out of all the people you made better, you just made me a better play-by-play guy. I mean,
I don't know if I could take credit for that one, but I will right now.
Kev, thanks,
Thank
man.
you, man.
Appreciate
All
it.
right.
Kev, thanks.